Well, we're just getting ready to go. Here is the camper and the truck. The dog has been placed in his proper place, and we're going to see if we can do this.
And we begin with breaking news. California is on the verge of rolling blackouts. You may have just received an alert on your phone. The state's power grid operator just declaring a level 3 energy emergency, meaning blackouts could happen at any minute.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Hi, I'm Chuck Minear, and you're watching our channel, which is Are We There Yet? And we're really glad that you're here. Hey, this video shows us on our first day of travel. We were trying to get out of town, get out of Dodge, as they say, and we were heading toward the Oregon coast because we wanted to cool down. At that particular time, it was over 100 degrees, probably around 110 degrees in Los Angeles. And the traffic was awful. The gas was over $5. We were just ready to go see the world and kind of experience something different. So we decided that we would hop in our travel trailer, which you see behind me, our Imagine 17 MKE, and get our Great Dane Wesley, put him inside, because you know, in a 22-foot travel trailer, there's nothing better than a 160-pound Great Dane, and to hit the open road. So we did, although we did it on the day after Labor Day. So we thought, well, we'll wait through Labor Day weekend. Good idea. But I'll tell you what, the traffic was LA terrific. You can see on this map, see all the red? That's all you need to know. And we had one way to go, which was up the 5, and there was construction, and it was miserable dragging the trailer through all that construction, but we did it. We made it, and we made it to our first night. Well, tonight's our first official night of retirement, I suppose, or at least of a retirement trip. And this is Hilmer, California. We're at a Harvest Host here. Look at this, it's very cute. He's made a little salon, and you can see the sun setting behind us, but there's a barn. You can see the barn, and then you can also see our rig. He was a really nice guy. It was 118 today when we stopped for gas near here. There's our dog. He goes and gets a extension cord, plugs it in for us, and lets us plug our rig in because it is so stinking hot tonight. We're out in Hilmar, like I said, Hilmar, California. Hilmar is famous for cheese. They have a cheese factory behind me, down a couple miles. He has a dairy farm over there across the pasture that he uses to supply the cheese factory. And he has this little property that he uses for events. And when he's not having an event, he has a Harvest Host. Really getting to like these Harvest Hosts, huh? Isn't this beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we headed up to some family in Sacramento. We suffered through the rest of the heat wave there and then headed toward the coast. The first night after Sacramento, we stopped in Clear Lake, which is a lake that I had fond memories of as a child, going there and motorboating on the water and everything. I'll tell you what, the California drought has lowered the lake. It's green and slimy and things are growing in it. And unfortunately, the town we were in had a homeless population, a homeless problem there. And you could hardly go into the parks and feel safe, which was unfortunate. But we did spend the day with the Great Dane. The Great Dane is a great equalizer, I'll tell you. And we're able to walk the parks and see the beautiful lake. It was still beautiful in so many spots. But we hightailed it out of there pretty quickly. Clear Lake is just not what it used to be. And then we headed over toward the coast, and we found a beautiful little state park over in the redwoods. Now, one of the favorite places of mine on the planet Earth is the California redwoods. They're absolutely spectacular. But our goal was the Oregon coast, but we found this little gem of a state park. So why don't you take a look around with me?
I take the long way home if it meant I'd go walking by your door. Together we could see where the road will lead to the unknown. There is no end if you believe. Just take my hand and come with me. Oh, you're like the sun coming up. You make my world come alive. Oh, you know I can't get enough. You walking by my side. You are my sunshine. In the song I sing, you're the melody, you're my golden glow. I see it in your eyes, you radiate the light that leads me home. There is no end if you believe. Just take my hand and come with me. Oh, you're like the sun coming up. You make my world come alive. Oh, you know I can't get enough. You walking by my side. You are my sunshine. There is no end if you believe. Just take my hand and come with me. Oh, you're like the sun coming up. You make my world come alive. Oh, you know I can't get enough. You are my sunshine. Oh, you're like the sun coming up. You make my world come alive. Oh, you know I can't get enough. You walking by my side. You are my sunshine. You are my sunshine. Oh, you're like the sun coming up. You make my world come alive. Oh, you know I can't get enough. You walking by my side. You are my sunshine. In the song I sing, you're the melody, you're my golden glow. I see it in your eyes, you radiate the light that leads me home. There is no end if you believe. Just take my hand
So in this first episode, we basically wanted to get into the truck, pull the trailer, get out of the state of California. And that's not to degrade the state of California. It is probably one of the most spectacular states you'll ever visit. I really suggest taking the time to go to Yosemite, to see the redwoods, to drive up the Highway 1 up through Big Sur. It's actually really, really spectacular. But we had done that in the past, and we wanted to get a little bit farther and see some things we hadn't seen before. So in our next episode, we'll be taking you into the state of Oregon, just over the border into Brookings. It was absolutely wonderful, and we'll take you on a couple little hikes we did and show you some of the spectacular scenery. Now, the only way you'll know about it, of course, is to like this episode and to subscribe to the channel. And we're building the channel right now. We're going to kind of make it what you want to see about the travels of Are We There Yet? And a big Great Dane and a little trailer. Should be interesting. So we would appreciate your support by clicking the subscribe button and liking this episode. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please just leave them in the comments below. We'll be happy to answer as many of them as we can. Anyway, until next time, I'm Chuck Minear, and Karen and Wesley the Great Dane, I'll bid you a fond farewell.